Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of HighFiveWithPrekshya. And in today's episode, we have Dr. Ruchi, who is a PhD in Pharma Sciences and also a co-founder and CTO of Bonji Naturals. Today we'll be speaking to her about skin and scalp, especially for us Indian people, because the products that we use are completely different from the scalp and the skin that we actually have. Today we're going to unveil a lot of things about our skin. So let's hear from her and welcome her to the show. Hi Ruchi, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Well, I really love the name Bonji and it kind of sounded like a Gen Z name. What does Bonji really mean?
So Preksha, very honestly, when we were looking for, what to name our brand, we wanted something which is small, memorable and catchy. And but it also should have some meaning. So we I think iterated more than 200 names.
Wow.
And then we finally came up with Bonji. So we wanted it to mean nothing, but it so happened that in Japanese it means to be your natural self, and that is something we very strongly relate to. But the interesting part is not only in Japanese, in a lot of Indian languages, like I have been told in Karnataka, Kannada, it means it's a drink. It's a very refreshing drink that is sold in summer. In Malayalam, there's some other meaning associated with it. So yeah.
This is how the name came up.
This is how the name came up.
Lovely. So Dr. Ruchi, a lot of foreign brands are there in India, but not necessarily they are made for Indian skin. And whereas Bonji is so much into, your tagline itself says, India ki sadko wali skin ke liye, right? So how are we different from those foreign brands, and what are the formulations that were different from those brands for us?
Yeah, Preksha. So, India has a very special environmental condition. We have a very specific climate, and the weather, the climate, it leads to very specialized conditions. So, something that is formulated for the labs of Europe, Canada, US, Korea, for that matter, will not really work for our Indian skin. So, most of the products, worldwide that are formulated are mostly for the perfect 25 degrees Celsius temperature,
yes.
Very good AQI below 10 or 20. But India, the AQI has been rising a lot. Delhi was one which had bad AQI, but then all other cities, in fact even tier 2 cities, are catching up. World's 14 most polluted cities are in India.
Yes.
So we know that the AQI is at an all-time high. 70% household receives hard water. So your formulation has to be stress tested for these specific conditions. Even when we talk about temperature, it ranges from 4 degrees Celsius to 45 degree, even 50 sometimes in the extreme summer. So all your formulations have to be stress tested against the very high humidity, very high heat conditions of probably the same dry heat in Rajasthan, and also most the humid climate of Chennai and Bombay. So yeah, definitely the formulations have to be different, and that's where Bonji comes into picture, because we obsess over what is going to work on Indian skin. And through 3 years of research, all our products use nanotechnology, and these are stress tested for real life conditions, temperature, humidity, climate, blue light, what happens in India. Yeah.
Lovely. And I believe that, a lot of the brands are just marketing it, saying Indian skin tone, this and that, but not necessary all the time it actually helps us. We keep changing 7 to 8 brands, but nothing happened, and I love the product which you had formulated, because I had used one of them, like the oil, especially the scalp oil was so good, and the shampoo, it actually helps you get rid of dandruff in just 9 days. For me it worked for like 9 days, but it was really good. So how commercial products not able to do that, what you are able to do it?
Preksha, I just want to say that the dandruff scalp oil is our best-selling SKU. Our customers love that product. Like I said, we are obsessive nerds who obsess about science. So before launching any product, before working on any product, we make sure that we know what is happening at a molecular level.
Mm-hmm.
So unless and until you understand why this dandruff is happening, or one reason why you have dry skin or dehydrated skin or dull skin, so we understand the problem at a molecular level. And because coming from a pharma background, doing deep research in product development, understanding biology really well, so we do understand, like we break down like why this particular dandruff is happening, come to the root cause of it, and then formulate products for that particular problem. That is the only reason, I would say science is the reason why the products work, because we obsess over science and we make sure that before launching any product we have done all the testing, we have identified why it is happening, and then find the problem for this, and not just use actives that are available, but then also formulate the actives in a way that they are able to reach where they are supposed to reach, so deeper in the scalp or deeper in the skin.
Dr. Ruchi, as you said that you have taken so much time, like around 3 years, 4 years, you've taken the time to build this. What is one common issues that you saw among all the teenagers or the ladies that were, using those foreign brands, which is not helping them?
I think there's this one thing which really bothers me is a lot of young girls, especially, in fact even boys are doing that. These are 20 to 23-year-olds are using these very strong actives.
Yes.
Like retinol, AHAs, BHAs. These actives are supposed to be used when you have a particular dermatological condition. They're not there for just everyday skincare. And because there has been so much of influencer marketing around actives, young people are using it when you actually don't need it. So retinol is supposed to be not used till at least you are in your late 30s, when the early signs of aging start showing, or just before you start seeing signs of early aging. But then 22 years, 23-year-olds using it, they're just damaging their barrier. And that is why, the sensitive skin, barrier damage, sensitive skin is at an all-time high.
Okay. That's absolutely true, Dr. Ruchi. I've seen a lot of, young kids use those salicylic acid, glycolic acids. I don't get it. Like, why do you even need that? But it also is like that, ki when they're like around 18 or 19, we do have a lot of breakouts, right? So what can they do? Because now all these influencers are just on trend saying use this salicylic acid, use that, and they're promoting that. So what can we actually do around that time to stay away from these actives?
Okay, so let's talk about actives. Salicylic acid is good when you have breakouts. I was talking more on the acid peels like glycolic acid, AHAs, BHAs, and also very heavy actives like retinol. And also what is happening is, because of this trend war, one active is trending. One brand releases 5%, other brand will release 10%, someone else will release 20%. And these actives at such high concentrations are just going to make your skin more sensitive if not properly applied. And most of us, very honestly, do not even need such high concentration of actives. So that is a major problem. But then if you have some extreme breakouts, then definitely visit a dermat, and these actives are wonderful. But then just using these actives mindlessly just because they are trending, just because some influencer promoted it, that is not the right way to go ahead.
That brings me out to the trend. How do we know that the products that are right now in the market are just there for trend, are just there for marketing, and not actually to help our skin? How do we figure that out for ourselves?
Okay, so I think anyone buying skincare, some suggestions like I would like to give you is, any brand, check that if they are able to explain how their product works. Not just that it has niacinamide, it has vitamin C, but then how it is going to work, for what problem they are trying to solve with that particular product. That is something that you really need to look out for. Don't just go for claims like it will make your skin glow or it will even out your skin. Like, there has to be a mechanism. There has to be science behind it, like how it is working. So if the brand is not able to explain this through their content or through their website, through blogs, then even probably they don't know how it is working. And those actives are there just for the trend sake of it. So yeah, unless and until the brand is able to explain it to you why and how, I would suggest it's just there for the trend. And also, if you see very heavy influencer marketing around a particular
brand, yes.
brand or active, then that is the sign.
Now, I would like to ask you regarding the influencers part. Okay, every time I open any thing about skincare, I see so many influencers talking about it. So many influencers suggesting that it worked on me, it should work on you. I mean, I'm sure that they'll not have all the time in their life to use each and every product to suggest. How much is it true that influencers are suggesting right products?
I would say some of them are genuinely trying out products and then suggesting you, but then 90% of the content that you consume are mostly paid collaborations, and brands have to do that because they have to reach to people through ads, through social media for organic growth. But then you'll have to be very mindful about whether a same influencer is promoting 10 different products in the same category, then that's a red flag that I would say. And also be very mindful about is it like immediately after launch they are giving you the review, because then where did they get time to really try out the product and see the results themselves. And also, like, if you see that the same product again being promoted by multiple influencers, then that's a very heavy campaign that's running around.
Right. So now we've learned about what skincare and all that. Give me one simple skincare routine that all of us as Indians should follow.
Double cleansing.
Okay.
Because we have so much humidity, a lot of people apply makeup which will not go through your normal water-based cleansers, and also pollution is at the all-time high. So even those small pollution particles, you'll not really be able to clean it just with a normal water-based cleanser. So double cleansing is good. In fact, if the days you are just inside, no need to do double cleansing, but then when you're going out or applying heavy makeup, yes, double cleansing is necessary. Then based on your skin type, hydration. I swear by the toner. I swear by toner because hard water, like 70% households have hard water, which kind of messes with the pH of your skin, and also it dries out the skin. So in order to increase the hydration, balance out the pH, and also, like, if you go on the other spectrum, if it's extreme humid, then what happens is your skin starts becoming very oily. So to balance that oil production, toners work wonder, but then it has to be non-alcoholic toner. So double cleansing, toning, and moisturizing. If you have any concerns, then definitely active base serum. Otherwise, moisturizer is good enough. And a lot of time, if your toner is right, it gives you perfect hydration, and the serum is also hydrating. You don't really need a moisturizer.
And I think that one toner is Bonji's toner, because I never used to apply any toner. Like, I was like, why is it needed? There's just a moisturizer there. Why do you need that another toner, another product in your, almirah? But when I used the toner, I could actually see the face glowing so much, and I really loved how, my moisturizer was actually working at that time when I applied toner. So I think that's something we should never skip. So, as a woman, how easy was for you to, or how difficult was it for you to wear multiple hats? Because you've run 3 companies, and Bonji is your 3rd one, right? And doing PhD in Pharma Sciences and running this brand, how easy or how difficult was it for you?
I think obviously when you do multiple things, things do become difficult. But then I think I've been fortunate enough to have people who support me. My husband Vivek has been extremely supportive in whatever I do, be it my PhD, be it Bonji, or anything that I want to do or I don't want to do. So I think I've been very fortunate in that way. My parents, and while doing my PhD mentor was Professor Popley. She was very supportive and very enterprising, I would say. Because of her, I could think in a way that, okay, with PhD, I can also think about the startup and really try to do translational research. Yeah, and apart from that, Preksha, I would really like to tell you this thing. I have met amazing women, especially women founders from the ecosystem, obviously like you also, who are ready to help each other. and it has been amazing. Like the extent to which women go to help each other, I have no words for it. And I think all of us should keep doing that.
Yeah, I think now that the woman helping the other woman
Yes.
is so much right now, especially in the startup ecosystem, where we are from. I think they're like our biggest supporters and our promoters of our product or services. And what is that one learning you had as a startup founder?
I think the most major learning that I have had is giving away control.
Lovely.
Because
Yeah.
as a founder, you wear multiple hats. And if you would want to do everything by yourself, and trust me, that's very tempting to do everything all by yourself. But it's not really possible. So unless and until like you give away control, trust your team, trust your co-founders, you will not be able to do it. So giving away control has been my biggest learning.
And one advice for someone who wants to start something in skincare, what is that you would like to talk to them?
So it's a very cluttered market. If you say that you want to start in skincare, everyone is going to say that it's a very cluttered market. But then if you genuinely get products that are well researched and you get your positioning right, like you reach the right set of people who need that particular product. So you need to be very, very, very strong. First thing is on your product side. Like the product that you are developing or you are claiming, it does something. It has to do that thing. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to survive in the market. Second thing comes is like the messaging or the positioning has to be very correct. So yeah, in spite there are so many brands, people are still looking for solutions because they are not yet satisfied.
Exactly, and they keep changing 5 to 7 different types of shampoos or moisturizers or sunscreens, yet they don't find the perfect ones.
Yeah.
And that brings me to this question. The fact that, you have a good number of repeated customers, especially for your scalp oil and scalp shampoo. How did you make that happen? Because when I hear from anybody who's tried your product, they say, their shampoos are the best, their scalp oil is the best. How did you make that happen? And what you as a founder, you're doing in terms of marketing, in terms of building your own brand?
I think the most important ethics that we work with is like that we have to be very genuine and very transparent. So the product also, like I said, we spent around 3 years of research. So we did not want to launch any product that we felt was hurried.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like you do get forced upon, like there's always this constant rush against time that no, you have to be quick. But then right from the beginning we had this thing that we are not going to launch one single product which we feel is not going to bring a change in the customer's life and is not going to be really helpful for the problem that we are claiming it for. So definitely, like we made sure that the entire research was on point and we tested it under multiple conditions so that we know that the product is working to the claims that it is supposed to work on. And talking about our marketing strategy, like I said, we want to be really genuine about it. So we do a lot of education-led marketing. So if you go to our Instagram page or even if you look at our website, you will find that we do a lot of explaining, like why this happens, what is the scientific reason why this particular thing is happening. Or even when we talk about our product, we don't tell you that, oh, this is amazing, but we want to tell you that why this works. We explain the entire mechanism by how this product is working out. So education-led marketing or content is our biggest strength, and in fact, like we haven't started paid marketing in the full swing yet. We are trying to build a strong community through organic content reach, and all our loyal customers have come through that.
Lovely. What if a girl watching this podcast and wants to be a part of your collaboration? How can she? Because when I was talking to you about your campaigning, you told it's for all the Indian skin.
Yeah.
And what if they want to come and support you and get in touch with you? How can they do that?
I think the simplest would be DM us on Instagram. In fact, I would like to invite all of you, do try the product, and we want only genuine people. So even when we did reach out for PR packages and to influencers, because without them, really, like, we can't. But then we were very selective in who we were talking to, and we told them you use the product for a month and then only give the then only give us the review and then only put out the content, and that has worked out really well for us. So people have put out contents after 3 months.
Lovely.
But then whatever content is there, they really like the product, and that is the feedback that they are giving. So please do reach out to us. We really want people to collaborate, and we want you to get a genuine, because we know that the product is going to work. So
but it's going to be that unique story of how well it worked for you and how different it was for you. Okay, lovely. So Dr. Ruchi, what is your 5 to 7 year vision for Bonji Naturals?
So Preksha, I want to really change the perception of beauty brands that people have, that it's just for marketing. So I really want that Bonji to be known as a brand wherein any product that you get is thoroughly researched for, like how you trust pharma products, that if the doctor is giving me some medicine, this is going to work.
Yes.
For what it is claiming for. So the same way, any Bonji product that you would see in the market will be very thoroughly researched, so that it will do what it really claims to do. And also, how people look up to Korea or France for the skincare products. I would want that people, when they come to India, they should buy Indian skincare products to go and take it, gift it to their loved ones when they go back to their country. I think that would be really putting Indian skincare on the global map.
That is so beautiful, the vision that you have of, people taking products from here and using there. That's really nice. I love that. So now let's move on to the rapid fire questions. I have a few questions for you.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Hair oiling, is it must or overhyped?
I think it's must, because healthy scalp is going to give you healthy hair.
Lovely. Expensive skincare or simple routine that actually works?
Simple routine that actually works.
Chemical-free skincare is a truth or myth?
It's a biggest myth. Even water is form of a chemical. So
I like that. Hair fall, is it a lifestyle problem or a product problem?
It's a mix of both. A lot of times, by just changing the right product, you can solve it. But yeah, lifestyle also needs to be
changed now, especially. Yeah. Dandruff, is it a dryness or something else that people misunderstand?
So dandruff, there are multiple reasons why dandruff really happens. So generally what happens is there's a fungi called as Malassezia. Now this fungi is always residing on your scalp silently. But then some conditions, like when you sit in the AC for almost the entire day, your scalp becomes dry, or if you're taking extremely hot shower, especially during winter, or even if your scalp is dirty for a very long time, people wear helmets for long. In such cases, what happens is, to compensate for the dryness that is caused to the scalp starts producing more oil. Now when the scalp starts producing more oil, the fungi which is silently sitting on your scalp becomes activated, and it will eat up the oil on the skin. And what happens is, the byproduct, those are toxic byproducts, and that is the major cause of dandruff.
My God, there's a lot of science behind it. So it's not just a dryness that people think.
No.
Yeah. Skincare routine, should it be just simple 3 steps or the 10 step that people usually do?
When you're using more number of actives, you're just complicating your life and troubling your skin, in fact torturing your skin. So simple routine is more than enough. If you have healthy skin, all you need to do is maintain it that way. So yeah.
One ingredient that you absolutely trust?
I would say it's not ingredient but the formulation, because a star ingredient without the right formula will not work out. So it's not all ingredients are good if you're using it for the right condition, but the star is the formulation anytime.
One skincare trend that needs to stop?
Acids, AHAs, BHA. You don't need to damage your barrier. Please don't do that.
Okay. So one final question for you. people in skincare industry are really there to help people with the skin, or just there to just confuse people and make them buy their products?
It's a very sad reality that most of the skincare is majorly marketing, though it is changing now, but majorly it's marketing. So that's why the consumers have to be very well aware that what you're buying is not just marketing, but it's a genuine product. So most of the times, again, if you see a lot of money being spent on just the marketing part of it without the brands properly explaining you how this works and why this works and what outcome it is going to give you. It's just a marketing gimmick. And also beware of these very commonly used terms like dermatologically tested or natural ingredient, chemical free. Most of the times these are just marketing gimmicks, and dermatologically tested is the most common marketing gimmick that is used, because it could be just a simple skin irritation study that is done on a very small number of population. So when they say dermatologically tested, check what do they really mean about
it. I think this question that actually came up when we were answering that, earlier we never used to use any moisturizers or used to have this 3 steps 10 steps formula to use on our skin. They make us use face wash, then they tell the face wash made your skin dry, and then they sell us moisturizer, then they sell us the SPF. Like, why so much? Are they just trying to just promote it this way, or do we really need it right now?
So right now what I would tell you is the condition that we are living in is causing a lot of damage to our skin and scalp. Like I mentioned earlier, the hard water, pollution, UV, blue light is causing a lot of damage. Maybe like 15 years back, 20 years back, the climatic conditions were a lot more better. The water quality was better, the air quality was 100x better. So that time you did not really need so many products. But then now what has happened is, because of this special environmental triggers that you have, which is causing damage to your skin and scalp, even though you're doing everything right, because you're being exposed to these environmental triggers every single day, every waking second of your life probably, that's why you do need products. But then yes, I do agree, a lot of it is marketing gimmick, wherein use face wash that will dry, then use a moisturizer. So yeah, but then do identify the real problem that you have and then use products accordingly.
So Dr. Ruchi, you talk a lot about nanotechnology, as well as it's highlighted in your website and also your page. What do you mean by nanotechnology in skincare?
Okay, so nanotechnology is a formulation concept, like how you deliver the product. So nanotechnology is something when you make the actives, everyone knows what are actives. So now for the actives to reach to the deeper layers of the skin or deeper layers of the scalp, not every active is going to reach there, because our skin has a barrier and the skin has its own gatekeeping, right? So nanotechnology is a method by which very safely, without destroying the skin or the scalp, you can make the actives reach to the deeper layers of the skin where the problem actually persists. So there are multiple, so that's what we use in our products, nanotechnology, wherein any active that is there in the product, they are made in a more stable, a smaller form, so that they can easily bypass the barrier, reach to the deeper layer of the skin without damaging the barrier of the skin.
Lovely. I think I really enjoyed having this conversation with you. Not just learned about skincare or just the brand, also learned a lot about how your journey was as an entrepreneur, as someone who's done her studies, doing this, working on and researching so much on these things. It was lovely having you.
Same here, Preksha. Thank you so much for having me here.
Lovely.
Thank you.
So one takeaway that I have from this podcast is, it's not about you. It's about what you've given to trust, the products that are heavily marketed and heavily on trend. One thing that I really learned from Dr. Ruchi is, it's not about how fast can you get the product out. It's about how much can you go deep and research and bring out the product that really feels yours. I think being a founder, that's something that I would really take home with me. So I hope you love this podcast, because This was one of my favorite podcasts, especially on the skin and also around a lot of things that I learned from her as a woman being an entrepreneur. If you want to reach out to her, I will add all the links that you can reach out to her through in my description as well as in my bio. Make sure you keep supporting us, and also please try out her products. They're one of the best and I have used it. Thank you so much for watching this podcast till the end, and I will see you next with another guest. Thank you.